Hi, my dear Astro family. Today I'm going to be talking about Amor, which is an asteroid. And I decided to make a video about it because recently it went into the sign of Gemini. I just spotted it today, actually. And it's going to be there until 2025 April. So to give you the dates, it went into the sign of Gemini on the 9th of July, remaining there until the 7th of April. And I feel like it's quite an important move because actually Amor doesn't spend too much time in one sign. Usually it's about 1.5, 2 months. But this is an extensive period because Amor is going to be going retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And it's going to be happening on 28th degree of Gemini, so right at the end of the sign. And then it's going to go back to about 7 degree of Gemini. So basically, I'm just about to enter the shadow period. So this is the reason why I decided to make a video about it. The shadow period starts actually on the 27th, 28th of July. So what is Amor? First of all, if you want to be looking up where Amor is in your chart, then its astrological number is 1221, so 1221. And then you go on astro.com, enter it in the menu box, and then you will be able to find your own Amor. As usual, I will be breaking this down for the 12 signs as well. So if you are interested in that, please check out my um, YouTube membership program. You just press the join button, you pay a small amount of fee, and then you will receive additional 10 videos a month. So Amor is an asteroid, and there are loads of asteroids actually. And some of them are more important and some of them are a little bit less important. I made a webinar recently actually about Amor and Psyche because they were lovers and they always went through certain type of trials in their relationship. So if you are interested, please check that out. And Amor is the asteroid of romance, romantic love. Wherever it is in your chart, it would show you how you express love towards others. And in transits, of course, it's going to be talking to you about what you might need in your love life or how your love life might be playing out. So, of course, it spent a little bit of a time in the sign of Taurus, which was very much about let's move our love life, forward, but in a very steady way. And maybe your desire was very much connected to what, that I want someone reliable. I want someone who is going to be there when I need them, pretty much of a shoulder to rely on. By the way, Amor has got a 2-year, 8-month orbital period. So it shows what do we need to be able to express our love, how we show our affection to others, what do we expect from others, how do we expect others to show love to us. It also represents, kind of like attraction towards beautiful things as well. And also, it can show you how you would be able to attract someone into your life, what type of characteristics you need to be able to pick up so that big glamour can come into your life. And also, Amor shows you what you might find physically attractive as well. But Amor has got some negative sides as well. Of course, like every single planetary energies. So, for example, Amor represents sugar daddies in our chart as well. Amor is described as the mixture of Venus and Neptune at the same time. So obviously Venus is the lower vibration of love and Neptune is the higher vibration of love. So sometimes we replace love with something else. And therefore we might not experience that. And usually that could be happen. Neptune is gra the grass is greener on the other side of the store of the other side of the fence. Sometimes we want always something better with Amor as well. And Amor plays a little bit of a flirtatious role uh, as well. However, this would be the asteroid of big love. So it's moving into the sign of, or it's in the sign of Gemini. So first of all, what it reminds us that if we want our love life to be better, or we want to attract someone into our life, it's going to be very crucial to speak about your own feelings, because Gemini is all about communication, sharing ideas with others. These are written and spoken words as well. So you are meant to be telling your partner that you love them. You are meant to be kind of like affirming them by words, or writing them a poem, writing them a letter, and so forth. But also, Gemini is about the ability to listen as well, not only speaking. So maybe you need to be able to listen to your partner as well. You might love during the next 7 months, hearing about love stories, or listening to romantic songs, or reading romantic books as well, and so forth. And maybe what could be very interesting, I mean, what's very interesting about this transit, that we do have got Mars and Jupiter here as well. And of course, this could bring in certain type of fights with the potential loved ones. By the way, I would like to make that comment that Jupiter and Amor are going to be making a conjunction on the, let me just double check my notes, because I did make a note about that. On the 7th of September. Just give me a second, because of course, 4th of September, sorry about that. So on the 4th of September, Jupiter and Amor are going to be making a conjunction. So that could be very, very exciting. And by the way, when we're going to have the Mars and Jupiter conjunction, which is going to be happening exactly on 16 degree of Gemini. Armor is going to be pretty close as well at the same time, by the way. So it's going to be around 12 degree, almost on 13 degree. And by the way, the Mars-Jupiter conjunction is taking place on the 14th or the 15th of August. But I guess I'm going to be making a separate video about that. So these are really active periods for, because what is Mars? It's about initiating something. So Jupiter and Mars together is often about bravery. So those people who are single, they actually need to get out there and then find that person for themselves. And when it comes to those people who are already in a committed relationship, I feel like this is encouraging us to be able to speak up about our own feelings. This is about the enjoyment of exchanging our ideas, or sharing with each other what we have got on our mind as well. I mean, it's very possible that you are going to be experiencing quite a busy period when it comes to with your loved ones. So we're going to be traveling together, we're going to go on holidays, looking for activities. This is one of the bestest way how you can use this armor in the third sign, which is Gemini. But Gemini could represent neighborhood. So if you are single, maybe you need to be looking around in the neighborhood. Maybe you're gonna have to go to that, to places on the at the same time, like the butcher and so forth. Or maybe this person can be introduced to you by your siblings, or any type of relatives, cousins, and so forth. But also it could show that you're going to have some very pleasant conversation with, for example, neighbors, siblings. However, we just need to be watching out from that, from that August 14th period when Mars is there too. And it's very easy to get into arguments with these people as well. So, of course, we've got this extra amount of time spent by Amor in the sign of Gemini due to its retrogression period. And when it goes retrograde, it looks like it moves backwards. And sometimes retrogression indicates that we need to trace our step back so that we can learn the lesson better. Maybe we have missed certain type of details and so forth. Maybe you haven't expressed yourself clearly and fully, and maybe you just kept quiet about certain type of issues. And then Amor might want you to actually, make that talk in a way. By the way, the retrograde period is going to be happening from the 29th of October. So on 28, 29 degree of Gemini. And that's it's on 29 degree Gemini. So it's very interesting because this is an energetic degree as well. And this year we have so many planets on energetic degrees, right? So Pluto, we've got Neptune, we've got now Amor coming into it. We just had a lunation on 29 degree of Capricorn, right? So we've got all these endings. It's really emphasized this year for us in multiple ways. So maybe because what happens with the 29 degrees, energetic degree kind of means that it's a destroyer. But what it could happen is that maybe you feel like that you don't want to be having a certain type of conversation with someone, but somehow a situation is happening and then it drags you back so that you don't keep quiet and so forth. And you know what? This is more of the big love asteroid because we've got Cupid as well, which is more about the infatuation. And also very interesting, I'd like to say that Cupid is gonna go retrograde as well on 1st of November or 31st of October, depending on where you are. And that's going to be happening on 28 degree of Gemini. So this could also indicate that we're gonna have to have, because Cupid is a quite sexual asteroid as well at the same time, or falling in love with others and so forth. So it could highly indicate that, for example, you are going to be talking to someone and then you feel that instant connection, but it would be maybe different than a other person and so forth. So, very interesting energies we've got. So, as I said, Amor will be making this conjunction to Mars, and that's going to be happening on the 2nd or the 3rd of August 2024. And Mars is prompting you to speak up about something, to speak up about your love life, to speak up about your own feelings, or it's actually telling you that, you know what, there is that person you like, and tell them how you feel. Why are you holding back? But I'm really looking forward to this Jupiter and Amor conjunction, which is happening on 4th of September. Gonna be quite exciting, and this is going to be happening actually 3 times because Amor is gonna go retrograde. So we're gonna have one more conjunction on the 14th of December, and we're gonna have one at the very beginning of March as well, 2025. So to give you the degrees, it's going to be 23 degree, 19 degree, and 12 degree of Gemini. And when Jupiter is there, you know what? We are so generous with the words to tell others that I love you. Sometimes it can be a little bit suffocating as well, of course, but at the same time, this is for me extremely positive. It could make us a lot more humanitarian as well. It might be that, how I kind of picture it is that I speak to my neighbor and then I feel them and then I just want to give them a hug and so forth. So now remember that Amor is going retrograde on 29 degree of Gemini, meaning that it's going to be squaring Neptune as well at the same time. Now, Neptune will not be on energetic degree anymore, but it could indicate falling in love with the wrong person, or we do not know how to express our own feelings. The square is happening on 27 degree Pisces to 27 degree of Gemini. And that might be an indication, for example, oh, the dates are October 11th and November 20th. And it could indicate that, for example, we are trying to sweep something under the carpet. We are trying to hide our own feelings. So even though we've got Jupiter and Mars trying to prompt you now to express your feelings, Neptune is playing a little bit of a role, and maybe because we are afraid of certain type of rejections, or maybe we feel like that, you know what, this love is never gonna happen, or this person is going to be, you know, kind of misleading us, and I have suffered enough pain already. Because let's not forget that Saturn is in the game as well at the same time, and it's in the sign of Pisces. Remember, I said Amor, Jupiter, and Mars are very close to each other, especially in August. So we're gonna have the Jupiter-Mars conjunction happening on 16 degree of Gemini, while Armor is on 12 degree. So Saturn is actually squaring that point. So often this is all about I'm being scared to express my own feelings towards others, or it could also indicate that you have got some major kind of fears that you need to be able to release, or these are some um old feelings or old traumatic experiences that is holding you back of falling in love again. So we've got this beautiful, well, it's a good 9-month period. So I encourage you to find love, or I encourage you to um get in touch with your existing partner and exchange as many ideas and conversations as you can, because that's going to be helping you to take the relationship further. So thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.